Good afternoon. Thank you all for joining us here today at the King County Executive Small Business Awards. My name is Aaron Wright. I'm with Cairo 7. I do the evening, so this is technically my morning. I'm ecstatic to be sharing my day with you guys. This is really cool, and I hope you know that the small businesses here in King County are the lifeblood of King County, of Western Washington, that you are the heart that's pumping and keeping this thing going. They told me to get you guys up out of your seats, get moving so we get the blood circulating, but you got these nice salads in front of you, and you guys are all business people, so you're on a tight timeline. And the last time I got up and moving in dress pants, I split them. It is my way of supporting small business. My dry cleaner loves when that happens. In all seriousness, I am a transplant to Western Washington. My dad's from Florida, and he comes up a couple times a year. And his whole impression of Seattle, of what's happening here, is from a certain network. He has a lot of questions. He has a lot of concerns. So I make sure we go outside, we go downtown, you see these small businesses, and then I go back to work. So he's left to kind of do his own thing and matriculate through the city. And he calls me one day. I'm at home. He's like, hey, can you come get me? I'm like, well, where are you? He's like, downtown. And I'm like, you know, it's my day off. I don't really want to drive downtown, and I don't know the city that well. So getting on the interstate, getting off the interstate, trying to find this place, trying to find parking. And I'm whining to myself because that's how I am. And he calls me back. I'm in the car and he's like, hey, don't worry about it. I've got a ride. What do you mean you got a ride? He's like, the guy who owns the business is going to give me a lift home. I'm like, do you know him? Like, no, he just seems really nice. He's going to give me a ride home. I'm like, okay. He shows up 20 minutes later and I have a conversation with the guy, and just genuinely really nice. It was beyond making a sale. It was beyond, you know, hey, let me get this guy, let me get this sale, get him out of my store and get on with my day. It was making a human connection. It was connecting with somebody and seeing that they're taken care of the whole way. And now when he goes back to Florida, when all these people are saying how rough we have it and how Seattle is this, Seattle is that, he's going to say, no, they are human beings that look out for each other, that take care of people and truly care about you, getting you home, no matter how whiny your son is and whatever weird problem he's having today. So, those are my remarks. That is my opening. I'm warmed up. You're warmed up. I'm hearing forks clanking, so it sounds like it's all going good out there. Okay. And now, we introduce the man of the hour, the guy that's going to get us kicked off and going today, Dow Constantine, your King County executive, to get the Small Business Awards underway.
Thank you so much, Aaron. Thank you all for being here today. The mic's a lot closer to my mouth than it was Aaron's, so it's perfect right here. I hope you can hear me. This is a much bigger room than we're used to. We used to gather over in Bellevue, and it was a little crowded in there. So we've moved up to the Seattle Convention Center. I am so grateful to all of those who are serving us here today. Thank you to our Convention Center employees and everyone who made today possible. In keeping with our true north, and I articulated a true north for our county some time ago, that we are making this a welcoming community where every person can thrive. I'm proud to have established these awards now over a decade ago to honor outstanding entrepreneurs. These awards are designed for you, the visionaries, the innovators, the trailblazers who've taken the initiative to build businesses that strengthen the communities, create and retain jobs, and boost our regional economy. King County is home to so many companies that have global name recognition with thousands of employees across our region and around the world. Our region has a proud tradition of supporting entrepreneurs, and that's why King County is home to so many well-known businesses that started right here and went on to change the world. Their work gave our region a competitive edge, and it's up to us now to ensure that the next generation of entrepreneurs and small businesses have the tools, the resources, the support they need to grow and to thrive. The lion's share of our county's businesses, more than 9 in 10 according to the U.S. Census Bureau, employ 50 or fewer workers. That is all of you, our nominees and our finalists. Now, it is no secret that King County is the economic engine of the state, not just by a little, but by a lot. On the order of half of the state's economy is located right here in this county, and the vast majority of the state's economy in the central Puget Sound region. More than 70,000 small businesses call King County home, spurring innovation and making our region's economy more resilient. Today's event is all about you, the people who took on the challenge of building a business from the ground up. Starting a small business can be many things. It can be rewarding, it can be challenging, it can be fulfilling, it is almost certainly going to be exhausting. You worked hard to find your niche, serve your customers and your community, and hopefully turn a profit along the way. Thank you to all of you for all you do to enrich our economy and our communities. Thank you very much. I'd also like to thank our presenting sponsors for making this event possible. With the representatives of the following organizations, please stand if you're able. And to the audience, please hold your applause until the end. Thank you to Kairos 7, of course. Thank you to Amazon Business. Thank you to Microsoft. Thank you to the Greater Seattle Business Association, to the Workforce Development Council of Seattle-King County, to Key Bank, to the Northwest Mountain Minority Supplier Development Council, and to the Metropolitan Seattle Chamber of Commerce. Thanks to all of you for making this event possible. Thank you. Finally, I would like to thank the dozens of chambers of commerce, the city partners, the small business organizations that promoted this event and submitted nominations, as well as the many people who gave their time to review and score nominations. Would our partners and our judges please stand and be recognized? Thank you. Now, as to our partners and all those who helped get the word out about these awards, we received, listen to this, 377 business nominations from 31 cities across 8 award categories. Judges selected the finalists using these criteria: merit within their award category, innovative business model, workforce development efforts, customer service approach, and community involvement. Our finalists are spread geographically throughout King County. There are 5 based in Seattle. There are 4 based in Renton. 11 are from other areas, including Kent, Issaquah, Sammamish, Shoreline, North Bend, Bellevue, Duval, Woodinville, and Carnation. King County's support for small businesses goes beyond hosting this event, of course. At the height of COVID, my office's economic development team created the Community Business Connector program to expand assistance to businesses across the county. Some of your nominees and finalists received support from this very program. In just a moment, we will announce the winners in each category. Oh, sorry, I have something else I wanted to say. Because I saw my friend, the President and CEO of the Metropolitan Chamber of Commerce. I wanted to thank the Seattle Metropolitan Chamber. I want to thank the Port of Seattle, and I want to thank our many connector organizations, all of them, for their sponsorship. Our Creative Economy Initiative provides vital support for creatives and small businesses in the creative sectors, some of which were the hardest hit during the pandemic. And speaking of the creative economy, the County Council recently enacted my Doors Open legislation, which will raise nearly $100 million every year for arts, heritage, and science organizations. Local businesses rely on these organizations to drive tourism, to drive revenue, to produce an innovative workforce for our businesses. And in 2021, I signed my executive order on pro-equity contracting, ensuring minority and women-owned businesses are equitably represented in county contracts. And I have to tell you, we have seen results far beyond our greatest expectations in that program. Our small business development program provides incentives for pursuing county contracts. And finally, I am proud that 5 of our finalists are certified King County Small Business contractors, and suppliers. Now, we are going to be announcing the winners in each category soon, but before I do, I want to take a moment to recognize all of our talented finalists. Please stand if you are here, if you were a finalist, and let us share our thanks and admiration for you. And I would be remiss if I didn't thank my own team. Here in the room with us is Deputy Executive Shannon Braddock, Ashton Allison and Kate Becker from our Economic Opportunity and Creative Economy team, Manisha Harrell, the Director of our Office of Equity, Racial, and Social Justice, and Sandy Hanks, who leads the Business Development Office. Sandy and her talented team, including Susan Peterson, worked hard for many months to bring this event back to life. As you know, we had to suspend the awards during COVID. We used that time to tweak and change the program. You'll notice you're gathered here today at lunchtime instead of breakfast. That was my primary request. You'll also notice that we are in a new location, the Seattle Convention Center. And finally, we've added a new category, Creative Economy Small Business of the Year, to recognize those businesses that make our region culturally vibrant. Yes, let's applaud that. Thank you. As I wrap up, I have one request of all the winners and finalists. Please listen. At the conclusion of the program, please come forward to the stage for a group photo. Our photographer will also be available for pictures with companies and their elected officials in their jurisdictions throughout. Again, thank you for joining us for the Executive Small Business Awards. It's great to be back, and now, as they say on TV, back to you, Aaron.
All right, first up, the rural economy. It is an important link to the urban area and provides opportunities for residents to live and work in the rural area. The King County Strategic Plan supports rural economic development that maintains the rural area's character. Therefore, this award recognizes the rural small business as it achieved excellence in one of the traditional rural industry clusters. Presenting this year's Rural Business of the Year is Alona Laurie, President and CEO for GSBA, Washington State's LGBTQ+ and Allied Chamber of Commerce.
Oh, you're tall. Hello, everybody. It's good to see a room full of small businesses. It's really exciting. I'm Ilona Lorai, she, her pronouns, and I'm President and CEO at GSBA. And GSBA is a statewide chamber of commerce with a twist, we say, because we're focused on LGBTQ+ owned businesses, but in generally all small businesses. And we really focus on prioritizing education, economic opportunities, advocacy specific to small businesses, also work with certification for small businesses and making sure that we connect them with our corporate partners. So I'm really excited to present this year's category. And I know there are 8, and maybe you can hear it, but I am not from America. I'm actually German. And the category I got to present a few years ago, and I'm having the worst time of my life saying that word. So I'm presenting the ländliche small business category because it's easier for me to say than rural. And I remember fondly the last time I presented this category, I literally practiced to say this word in the shower on the way to the presentation, and then I got on stage and I'm like, rural. It's a hard word. I don't know about you guys, but for me it's a difficult one. Well, anyways, again, I'm so appreciative of all the small businesses that are here. You are all the backbone of our economy, and we wouldn't be here without you. You're the greatest and largest employer in the country, and again, you're the heartbeat of our economy. I also would be amiss standing on the stage celebrating all of you and not speaking out about the decisions that are being made right now in the city of Seattle about total compensation. which is sunsetting at the first of this coming year, which includes tipping and healthcare benefits towards minimum wage. It's a shame that we're at this point, but unfortunately we're at this point right now, and hopefully fight that there is a different solution for small business owners. All right. Without further ado, I'm so excited to present the three small businesses in this category, rural. The Hoti Family Ranch in Renton, yes, give it up. The Infinity Farm in Issaquah, and Miller's Incarnation. All right. All right, let's look at the video of the three finalists and check them out.
Hoti Farms is a boarding facility that specializes in full care of your horse. My parents grew up on a similar farm like this back in India. We know how rare facilities like this are, so we wanted to basically avoid them going to builders. And for us, we want this to be an important part of the community. This is our moment of zen, is just being at this barn. We're very fortunate that we're able to connect our passions into a business that can deliver great experience to the community.
In one word, the farm is about community. So it was built on that idea of a place that memories are made and captured.
Honestly, when we bought this place, we thought it was just going to be a homestead. It wasn't even going to be a farm. It just, people started reaching out to us, asking if we would feel comfortable hosting stuff, pictures, birthday parties, vendor markets. And so it kind of just organically grew into what it is.
Really enjoy that part of being able to be creative and making space so our team can also be creative. When we're thinking about crafting events, it's always through the lens of like, how can we provide an opportunity for citizens to build community here?
I'm Nancy Colton, owner of Miller's, which is a sweet community gathering place in downtown Carnation. Miller's has been a gathering place for our community for 100 years. My husband, Bill Pritchard, and I curate all kinds of events. Our focus and passion is that of arts and music and bringing people together. We're truly grateful for our Miller's family and all the amazing support we've gotten from the community and the valley and beyond.
And now the moment that everybody's excited about. Can we get a little drum roll for the winner of King County Executive's Rural or Ländliche Small Business of the Year Award is Miller's. Congratulations.
Let's make some more noise for Millers. Congratulations. And a big congratulations to Infinity Farm and Hoti Family Ranch, our runners-up in the category. Also a great, great job by everybody. And also, rural is a really hard word to say. Rural and memorabilia. Rip them right out of scripts when I see them. Can't stand them. It's time to talk about the Exporting Small Business of the Year Award. Economies grow through trade and by exporting products and services globally. This generates income, increases wages, and expands the critical public infrastructure and tax service base. This award honors a small business that has achieved substantial international sales in existing and or new global markets. Presenting this year's Exporting Small Business of the Year Award is Nicole O'Sullivan, Vice President and Senior Business Banking Relationship Manager for Key Bank.
Good afternoon. Small businesses consistently identify financing as a priority, but access to capital often brings challenges and roadblocks. This is why the SBA does the work that they do, along with a robust network of lenders, is so vital. Through partnerships and relationships, KeyBank has been making that happen as a top-performing SBA preferred lender for over 2 decades, providing small businesses with access to essential financing options, facilitating growth and expansion through the SBA programs. KeyBank's commitment to supporting local economies and small business development is a key aspect to our mission. We believe, as many of us do, that small businesses are the backbone to a thriving community, and we couldn't be more prouder of the communities in which we assist. KeyBank is pleased to present this year's Exporting Small Business of the Year Award, and this year's finalists are Click out of Bellevue, Morgan Cosmetics, keep going, okay, in Issaquah, and Subterra out of North Bend.
Hi, I'm Costa Lacomentus, and I'm the founder and CEO of ClickBox. I was constantly in meetings, and people came to meetings and they had all kinds of material to present, but everybody struggled to share their content on the screen or make sure that everyone can hear and see clearly. And I vowed when I retired from the corporate world, I vowed to create a product that solves that problem. And that was how I started ClickBox. Forget the money, forget all of that. None of that matters. What matters is satisfaction and knowing that you're doing something that is important to people and they recognize you, someone recognizes you for it. Wow, that's already enough.
My name is Bashir Abba. I'm the founder and CEO of Morgan Cosmetics. We're based here in Issaquah, Washington, specialized in the skin, body, and hair care products. We source our raw materials from all over the world. When you buy Morgan Cosmetics products, are not only helping our local community, but also creating jobs and helping other communities in Morocco, especially in the Argan Forest, where the women work hard every day to alleviate their poverty. I jumped in to start this business because I always wanted to give back to those communities. That's the reason we started Morgan Cosmetics.
I've been working in the fields that we operate in for over 50 years. We have about 4 or 5 different specialities. One is tunnel engineering. The tunnel design service is literally from a cradle to grave. So we take a project from someone's thoughts and ideas and translate that into a project which can then be built. And what my business allows me to do is to have a lot of autonomy in relation to what I do. The greatest achievements are helping other people. Those are the key things that I really enjoy, is when you reach out and a project you're working on affects the lives of so many other people.
if you'd like to keep the drum roll going, we can get a drum roll. And the winner is Morgan Cosmetics, Bashir Abba.
Congratulations again to Morgan Cosmetics, as well as our runners-up, Subterra Inc. and Click of Bellevue. And while we've got you here, would the fine people of Miller's mind come up and getting their award? Did they all go home? It's okay, it's okay. We've got Photoshop. We'll fix all this. A skilled workforce is vital to the growth of businesses and our economy. This award recognizes the small businesses that have outstanding practices in hiring, retaining, and developing their workers' skills. Presenting this year's Workforce Development Small Business of the Year Award is Erica Cox, Chief of Staff and Strategy, Workforce Development Council of Seattle-King County.
Hi, good afternoon. I am Erica Cox. I'm the Chief of Staff and Strategy for Workforce Development Council, Seattle-King County. I use she, her pronouns. Fun fact, I used to be an employee of King County, so I see a lot of friendly, familiar faces. Hey, King Guy, one of my favorite people. Hi, Rachel. Dow, good to see you. All right, so I'm honored to be here to present the Workforce Development Small Business of the Year Award. First, I will say a few things about Workforce Development Council of Seattle-King County, also known as WDC. We aspire to lead transformative change that will evolve our region's workforce development efforts into an innovative industry, community, and outcome-driven system with racial equity at its core. As a nonprofit grant-making organization, we collaborate with a diverse set of partners, some of whom are in this room, to elevate job quality, economic growth, and prosperity for adults and youth throughout the Seattle-King County region. In 2018, we actually underwent a significant transformation to redefine success. And success is no longer just the number of people moving in and out of our system, but what is the qualitative outcome for the people moving in and out of our system? What are the disparities or inequities that folks are experiencing, particularly along their racial identity? Another fun fact, our county executive was there in 2018 to lead this transformation. However, Seattle is not as loyal to its mayors as King County is to its county executive. So I don't know, Dow, it was about 3 mayors ago that collaborated with you, 3 or 4, maybe 4. But yes, the executive has been a steady collaborator and investor and leader in our work. Thank you. With close collaboration from Ashton Allison, his economic development director, and our current mayor has also invested and collaborated with us in our work, so we appreciate that. One other quick thing to share, this issue around supporting small businesses is very recently close to our heart. WDC just recently awarded $500,000 in small business grants to 40 small businesses and nonprofits throughout Seattle and King County, predominantly owned and operated by Black, urban, Indigenous, and tribal and Latino communities. This was made possible through the Washington State Department of Commerce's Community Reinvestment Project, which aims to promote equity and economic development by addressing injustices faced by communities disproportionately impacted by the war on drugs. Whew. All right, enough about us. Let's get to the awards. So, the Small Business of the Year Award for Workforce Development has 3 finalists. They are Black Coffee Northwest and Shoreline, soon to open a location in the CD. I've seen that, can't wait. CFS Events in Sammamish. I'm sorry, GFS Events, and Uncommon Bridges in Seattle. And I think we've got a video.
I've always loved coffee. It's been like a joke amongst my friends, like, where's my coffee at? And it's a part of my lifestyle. I had the opportunity to open my first shop in 2020, and I left my job and did it. I basically just used the skills that I've learned throughout my career and decided to use them on myself. I make sure that my staff is taken care of. I want to make sure they feel supported. They're not just here to pour coffee and to make drinks for customers. They're here to grow, to attain skills that they're going to use for the rest of their life. And it's my job as the employer to shift how I operate to make sure that their needs are met.
I am passionate and excited about nonprofits, and the fact that I have a team now of an additional 7 women who feel the same way is pretty exciting. I'm really proud of our culture. I'm proud of the fact that that's what I hear from organizations and from our clients, is that your team is amazing. You all really work well together. You all really support us, and the fact that I think we all love what we do shines through, and that's really makes a huge difference for our clients.
Uncommon Bridges is a Seattle-based consulting firm focused on building just, vibrant, and thriving communities. And in all the work that we do, we aim for 4 key outcomes: building impactful organizations, helping to create meaningful places, having an inclusive process, and building consensus leadership.
Some of the most complex challenges that we face requires very challenging discussions and requires folks building coalitions and partnerships in ways that they haven't always done. We see ourselves as the intersection of communities and clients coming together to reach shared goals.
All right, and here goes that drum roll. Thank you. The winner is Uncommon Bridges. Congratulations.
And let's make some more noise for Uncommon Bridges, as well as our other finalists, Black Coffee Northwest and GFS Events. Congratulations all around. You guys are the heartbeat of King County. Now, it's time to talk about the Minority-Owned Small Business of the Year. To fully unlock the potential of the U.S. economy, every American entrepreneur must have the opportunity to start, expand their business regardless of their background. This award recognizes the minority-owned businesses that have attained outstanding business achievements and exemplifies the significant contributions made by minority-owned businesses in King County. Presenting this year's Minority Small Business of the Year Award is Carla Malicon, President and CEO of Northwest Mountain Minority Supplier Development Council.
Good afternoon, everyone. I'm Carla Malicon, President and CEO of the Northwest Mountain Minority Supplier Development Council. It's a true honor to be here today and to present the King County Executive Small Business Award for the minority-owned business category. The Northwest Mountain MSDC is a nonprofit organization dedicated to certifying, developing, connecting minority-owned businesses with major corporations and public agencies. We provide certification and support services to the Pacific Northwest Mountain region, including Alaska, Idaho, Montana, Oregon, Utah, Washington, and Wyoming. As we gather to celebrate the remarkable achievements of minority entrepreneurs, it's essential to recognize their significant impact on our local economy and community. In King County alone, we serve 155 minority-owned businesses, contributing $6.9 billion in revenues, employing 14,000 individuals, 5,500 of which are actually minority employees as well. These figures not only reflect economic contributions, but also underscore the vibrant, diverse fabric of our community. At the Northwest Mountain MSDC, our mission is to empower minority businesses by providing them with the resources, training, networking opportunities they need to thrive. We understand that these entrepreneurs often face unique challenges. It's our goal to help them overcome these barriers and achieve their goals. Today, we honor those who exemplify excellence in this space. Each nominee and winner represents the innovation, resilience, and entrepreneurial spirit that are crucial to our community's growth and success. As we move forward with this presentation of the award, I encourage everyone to continue supporting minority-owned businesses in our communities, whether through advocacy, mentorship, simply choosing to shop local. We all play a role in fostering an inclusive and thriving economy. So I'm pleased to present this year's Minority Small Business of the Year Award. Our finalists are JFS Events, Sammamish, JLT Web Design and Digital Marketing in Kent, Rain City Catering in Renton.
My name is Ghazala Uradnik, and I am the founder of GFS Events. We are a full-service event management company, and we specialize in producing nonprofit events and only nonprofit events.
We have a lot of fun. We enjoy each other. We laugh. We work really, really hard. I work with some of the most hardworking women out there. They are dedicated. They are passionate. The reason that we have this culture is because we all really believe in what we do.
I started this business because I saw that many small business and nonprofit organizations are left out of the competition regarding to online presence. We make websites affordable to these sectors and provide them with the #1 performing platform, which is ultra easy to use and has hands-off maintenance. We believe that the only way for us to succeed is by helping enough small business and nonprofit organizations to thrive. So, in everything that we do, our customers' needs are at the center of our decision making.
I just think we're just a kind of a mom and pop's catering company that's grown to bigger than what we even imagined. There's tons of talented chefs, but I think where we stand out is that we can feed 300 people, and from the time the food comes in to the time it hits their plate, it tastes like we just cooked it just for them. I think any business really at the end of the day If you're reliable and consistent and just approachable and a good attitude, you'll be successful, especially here in Seattle. I think it's the key.
Okay, I'm going to go ahead and ask for a drum roll. Our winner is Rain City Catering.
How awesome is that? Our minority-owned small business of the year, Rain City Catering. And a big congratulations to our finalists, GFS Events and JLT Web Design and Digital Marketing. We turn now to our woman-owned small business of the year. There is no doubt that women are starting businesses at an unprecedented rate, from small shops to high-profile startups. 36% of all businesses in the United States are owned by women, totaling roughly 10 million companies. Is that my phone? Am I the only one feeling that vibration? Okay, it's just me. Totaling roughly 10 million companies. As more women enter the world of entrepreneurship, they will continue to contribute to closing the gaps that women are still working to change. Presenting this year's Woman-Owned Small Business of the Year, Barb Wilson, Local Government Affairs for the Microsoft Corporation.
All right. Well, thank you for having us here, King County. My name's Barb Wilson, and I run community and government relations in the Puget Sound area for Microsoft. And as we look ahead to the spring, we will be celebrating our 50th birthday of Microsoft. I know, amazing, right? I think we would not be able to have had the success that we have as a company for the last 50 years if we did not have a strong community around us. And when I think of our region's economic competitiveness, I think about the small businesses, the small business environment, and the entrepreneurship that we have in our region as really the anchor of our regional economic competitiveness and success. So on behalf of Microsoft, thank you to all of you for everything that you do in our community. Got to put on my glasses for this. So I'm pleased to present this year's Women-Owned Small Business of the Year Award. And this year's finalists are Black Coffee Northwest in Shoreline, Ohana Behavioral Health in Renton, and the Brewmaster's Tap Room in Renton. Let's see the clips.
Operating as a small business, it's a lot of fun, but it's also challenging. It's busy, there's a lot of things going on every single day. You really have to know how to make decisions when you may not have all the information. You also have to know how to bring people along with you and lead. And so it is inspiring for me because I hire young staff because I want them to see representation of a Black woman, of a Black CEO that is successful in this area, in the field of coffee, as motivation and inspiration for them, that they can also step out and pursue their dreams and goals in the very same way.
The tap room, I like to describe it to people as a really great community space that's welcoming to all, that happens to offer really awesome craft beer. But our goal is really to help the community have a gathering place where people feel safe and comfortable. It was really important for me to find and work with other small businesses. I could have gone to a grocery store and saved a ton of money, or I can go spend $100 with a small business or a small farm. It's going to mean so much more to them than it is going to mean to a large corporation. So for me, it's a big deal to be able to make my money matter to as many people as possible.
My name is Daisy Sergio Vergara. I'm the founder and CEO of Ohana Behavioral Health. I lead a small, intentional mental health private practice. As a woman of color, a mother, and an immigrant, I wanted to create a space where individuals from all backgrounds, especially those who have been traditionally underserved, could find support. I support both our clients and our dedicated team of clinicians, overseeing our vision and mission to ensure we provide compassionate, accessible, and high-quality care. My favorite part of the job is seeing my clinician being very dedicated and our clients happy.
All right, I guess we'll keep the drum roll going. So drum roll, please. And the winner is Black Coffee Northwest. Come on up.
And let's make some more noise for the Woman-Owned Small Business of the Year. A really important category. It's so crucial that to live in a place that highlights the women in our society, that they're not, we don't live in Texas. Can I say that? Is that fair? All right, thank you. I got one that's fair. I'll move on. And also a huge congratulations to our other finalists. This is a really exciting day. They don't let me do a lot of these, so this is a special day to me get to spend with you guys. We are now at the Green Sustainable Small Business of the Year. King County is a hub of innovation and sustainability with a strong tradition of environmental stewardship. This award celebrates small businesses that have excelled in developing and implementing small business practices. Presenting this year's Green Sustainable Small Business of the Year award is Tania San Miguel Bounds, Senior Manager for Amazon Business.
Hello. It's Tanya. Nice to meet you, everyone. I was waiting to see how he was going to botch my name. It was amazing. Good job. All right, good afternoon, everyone. My name is Tanya San Miguel Bounds, and I have the honor of presenting today's awards on behalf of Amazon Business. Today, I want to talk about Amazon Business and its unwavering commitment to both small business and sustainability. In a world where both local enterprises and environmental health are crucial, Amazon Business is leading the way, fostering a thriving ecosystem that benefits everyone. Through initiatives like the Buy Local program, Amazon empowers local businesses by providing them a platform to reach a broader audience. This program not only promotes the unique products and services that small businesses offer, but it also helps create jobs and strengthen local economies. By connecting our customers with local entrepreneurs, Amazon is fostering a sense of community and supporting the very fabric of our neighborhoods. As a proud resident, I know that investing in our community makes a difference, and I am proud of the work we're doing to support local small businesses. Moreover, Amazon Business recognizes that diverse suppliers are essential to a vibrant marketplace. Our commitment to supplier diversity means that businesses owned by people of color, women, veterans, and other underrepresented groups have equal opportunities to thrive. This inclusivity not only enriches the offerings available to customers, but also drives innovation and creativity within the marketplace. By supporting diverse suppliers, Amazon Business ensures that a variety of voices and perspectives are represented in the business world. We're also committed to sustainability. Why I'm here right now. Amazon co-founded and became the first signatory of the Climate Pledge in 2019, where we committed to be net zero carbon by 2040. Amazon Business is not just a solution for commerce. It is a champion for small businesses and a committed steward of sustainability. Through initiatives like Buy Local and a strong focus on supplier diversity, we are creating opportunities and driving economic growth in our communities. In support of the small businesses being honored here today, I come with gifts. Amazon Business is pleased to award each of the finalists with 12 months of complimentary Business Prime memberships. Business Prime is the membership fit for your business, complete with fast, free shipping on eligible products and other benefits. Together, we can support small businesses by choosing to shop local and advocating for sustainable practices in our everyday lives. Amazon Business is pleased to present this year's Green Sustainable Business of the Year Award. The finalists are Crown Bees Woodinville, the Brewmasters Tap Room in Renton, and the Grange in Duval.
I initially started my business as a beer-themed bakery as kind of a way to reuse byproduct of the beer brewing process, which my husband and his brother were into. And that grew very quickly into our tap room. It's very cool and interesting to me when I can find ways to not waste. But it's a lot of like, I have leftover beer, what can I do with leftover beer? Or I have hops that I was using in my hop salt, but I have some left over. So I started making dog treats, and it was just a matter of, there's something there, so how do I make sure this isn't in a landfill? Is there any value to it? Is there anything that I can do with this to reuse it and make it work?
Crown Bees is a company that works with wild bees that nest in houses, and our customers are typically people needing pollination in their yards. So we supply sustainable products, bees from across the country, just to help people out with pollination. I hope that Crown Bees continues to thrive and continues to make a difference on the planet. It's as simple as that. Our planet is not doing well with respect to bees, and if Crown Bees can be part of that future to create a more sustainable planet, then that's what we're here for.
This is called the Grange. It is a farm-to-table restaurant. It's in an old Grange hall, which is why we chose the name. Luke and I are farmers. That's what we actually bring to the Grange, is the farm food. I am obsessed with zero waste. All of the kitchen scraps goes into buckets that I bring to 8 worm bins that I have. We recycle all of our plastic film. We recycle the corks from our wine. It's pretty much a mission for our lives to introduce people to good food.
What a cool group of businesses, isn't it? All right. The winner is, drumroll, The Grange. Come on up here.
Let's make some noise again for all of our green, sustainable small businesses, and especially our Green Sustainable Small Business of the Year, as well as our finalists, Crown Bees and the Brewmasters Tap Room. And for Tanya San Mikel Bounds, because if I'm going to screw it up the first time, I will get it right the second time. And if I screw it up a third time, I'm just going to go home and call in sick today. That's all right. And now for the Creative Economy Small Business of the Year Award. The creative economy stands out for its resilience and innovative potential in a world with frequent economic fluctuations. This dynamic realm, which includes the arts, culture, and creative industries, is a powerful force for creating jobs, driving economic growth, and enhancing cultural vitality. Presenting this year's Creative Economy of the Year is Shannon Halberstadt, Creative Economy Sector Lead for the Washington State Department of Commerce.
Erin, thank you so much for the kind introduction. And Executive Constantine, thank you for establishing this category. Your support of creatives and culture and the creative economy is deep and has run for decades, and it's very, very much needed and very much appreciated, so thank you. So my name is Shannon Roach Halberstadt. I work for Washington Commerce, where I work in the Office of Economic Development as the Creative Economy Sector Lead. So I work to connect creative entrepreneurs and creative businesses to policies and programs and partnerships that are going to help them thrive right here in Washington State. I also would like to give a shout out to my colleague, Kate Becker, who works at King County. She's not only my colleague, but a friend, and she's very much a powerhouse supporter of creative entrepreneurs and creative businesses right here in King County. And it's nice to have your partnership in supporting creative businesses. Together, we envision a future where King County is recognized as the international hub it is for creative entrepreneurs, and where creatives have the support they need to thrive. Our region has incredible talent. Superstars, musicians like Brandy Carlisle, Macklemore, the legendary Sir Mix-a-Lot, got their start right here in King County. Our talented film community continues to create incredible independent films, commercials, and episodics. And our independent game studios continue to churn out hits like Among Us and Slay the Spire. And these superstars, before they hit the international stage, they were creative entrepreneurs right here in King County. They were small businesses right here in King County. We see creative businesses presenting and producing at our festivals, our art walks, our events. And we see the people behind the scenes actually doing the production as well. This takes a lot of hands lifting to create these experiences that make King County an incredible place to live and an incredible place to set up shop and do business. So not only do these businesses add cultural value to our region, but they also add pretty significant commercial value to our region as well. The Bureau of Economic Analysis says that nationally, the creative economy makes up 4.2% of our nation's gross domestic products, 4.2%. But then when you zoom down to Washington State, guess how much it is in Washington State? 9.5%. Guess who got that right? Kate Becker. So it's really significant. It really is very much a commercial driver for our state, generating over 191,000 jobs in Washington State and really adding to our economic strength as a state. And much of that activity happens right here in King County. Executive Constantine, again, thank you for establishing this category, and I'm so excited to announce the finalists for the Creative Economy Small Business of the Year Award. First Sight Productions from Seattle, Made Space Seattle, and Shep Films from Seattle.
Through my film production company, First Sight Productions, I created a program called SHARE, which teaches filmmaking and screenwriting skills to incarcerated women and youth. I know firsthand how artistic expression can improve mental health and help connect people in profound ways. I wanted to take my 20+ years of experience as a filmmaker and storyteller to uplift their voices, while teaching them valuable skills on how to better understand media and use it in a positive way. To me, this is what it means to be in King County's creative economy, using the power of art to support, uplift, and strengthen our communities.
As an artist myself, I couldn't find galleries that either accepted my work or where I felt comfortable in, and so I started hosting art shows by myself. One of the biggest challenges that I found was acquiring space at an affordable rate. I found often that I would host an event and I would come out in the negative, even if it was hugely successful. Everybody's patting me on the back for this great event and I am in the negative. I felt like we needed a space where we could be comfortable, where we could afford it and have it accessible and have all the amenities that we need to make it really easy to, as an emerging business or as an emerging artist, to be able to try out things that could bring income streams in.
Shep is a commercial and narrative film production company based in Seattle, Washington. Been around over a decade. We do a bunch of work with tech companies, with local companies, and then across the board, we really try to be a place where we can provide stable employment for a lot of really great people in the general Seattle, King County area, and a spot for them to grow. We really found a formula that works where our clients are really happy, we're happy, our employees are happy, and provide a chance for us to follow our passions. We just love that combo, and it's something unique to being a small business.
Again, congratulations to all the finalists. And this is the first time I've ever opened an award envelope, so I'm kind of excited. Drum roll, please. First Sight Productions.
And a big congratulations again to First Sight Productions and all of our finalists in this year's Creative Economy Small Business of the Year Award. Shout out to Made in Space Seattle and Chef Films. All right, as we wind this thing down, we've got one more. I promise. The Small Business of the Year Award presenter. Oh, I'm going to learn to use a highlighter one day. This is the Small Business of the Year Award. That's you. Dal Constantine, get over here.
Okay, so while I'm doing this, somebody's going to come fix that thing so when we take a picture, it looks good. So whoever knows how to fix the backdrop, anybody in the room, anybody. All right, there you go. So it is, first of all, let's have some applause to the people who are trying to fix the backdrop. There we go. It is my pleasure to be able to announce the final award for the afternoon, the Small Business of the Year Award. I know you're all hoping this is it, right? I will just wait 2 seconds. There you go. And tighten the thing at the bottom, probably. Somebody will just hold it while we take the photo, don't worry. So, listen to the nominees. Kaya Strategic, a woman of color, immigrant-owned strategy and management consulting firm. The company, based in Kent, serves public and private sector clients across the nation, helping them implement equity, race, and social justice policies, systems, and practices. Rain City Catering, a family-owned catering and event caterer. They have for nearly 2 decades been helping people bring special occasions to life through vibrant menus and exceptional service. This Renton-based company prides itself, you got to have the local pronunciations down right, prides itself on creativity, professionalism, and helping clients put on stress-free events. And finally, Spice Walla, an Indian street food restaurant with 3 locations in the Seattle area. This South Asian-owned business specializes in quality, authentic food inspired by the flavors of the subcontinent. Not only do they have delicious food, but Spice Walla also invests in employees with profit sharing and growth opportunities and partners with the community to advance food justice. Had to double check that, food justice. So let's take a look at the clip and you'll learn more about these 3 companies.
Kaya largely works to support client capacity. Kaya actually means capacity in my native Tagalog Filipino culture. I wanted to create a business and a business name that reflected what we were aspiring to do and helping build community capacity, build the capacity of our clients to operationalize equity, diversity, and inclusion.
This whole company was born out of, had a desire to be our own bosses. And so we just took the leap and started our own business out of our house. I want to be able to help other people in my scenario and inspire other people to start their own business and work for themselves. What's really satisfying about what we do is you're providing, I mean, it's just a meal, right? But you're providing happiness to people. I just think that that's just a really cool connection to have with people.
So Spice Walla is an Indian restaurant chain with 3 locations, and it serves
authentic Indian street food from two parts of India. One is from Calcutta and the other one is from Delhi.
We wanted to start something that we could feel proud of, that our future kids could feel proud of. Along with that, we wanted to make sure our business model was very encompassing of investing back in the community that we serve, as well as investing back in the employees that help us.
All right, could we have that drum roll one last time? The winner of the King County Small Business of the Year Award is Spicewalla. All right, the stage is breaking itself down. That means it is time to wrap it up and head for the door. And let it be noted that when things went wrong up here, 3 women jumped up to fix it. So there you go. Again, a huge congratulations to all of our finalists, all of our winners today, everybody in here. Remember that you are a winner. Big thanks to everybody, all of our partners, all of our sponsors, everybody who made today happen. And a big thank you to the King County Leagues who planned and organized this year's events. Sandy Hanks, Susan Peterson, and all the business development team, where are you? Stand and be recognized. Thank you for making today happen. Do you want to have our winners and finalists take a quick picture? That means all of you, our winners, our finalists, everybody, drop the forks and get up here. We got one more picture. Okay, and real quick, I'll wrap while everybody's making their way up here. A serious thank you to everybody for being here, lifting up one another, being uplifting. You guys, it sounds so cliche, but you are the lifeblood. You are what we celebrate here. You are who we turn to when we need to celebrate, when we grow, when we enjoy life. You are what makes things happen here in King County in Western Washington. I hope you feel empowered knowing you are celebrated and loved in this community. Thank you for being here today.